This tutorial is going to go through how to use Google Moderator in the classroom. It's a great tool for back channeling if you have students bringing their own devices or if you have one-to-one devices. I think it has a lot of unique features that you can use in a lot of creative ways. So let's try it out. So the first thing you need to do is go to www.google.com/moderator. That will take you to this page. And you need to set up your discussion. So the first thing you're going to do is create a series. So your series would be like big topics that you'd have. You can create a lot of smaller topics within it. For example, I may do a series on just reading literature. So all about maybe a book we're discussing in class right now that we're reading together, or independent reading discussions. So you can have a lot of smaller topics underneath the big series. I'm going to start with going to advanced. I could just go ahead and create from here, but I'm going to go to advanced. It lets me set up a lot of options. I'm going to go ahead and call this book talks, because I want to have it kind of open-ended, all about talking about books in my classroom. Maybe book talks in room 12. You can add a description here, get into some detail. You can also add a YouTube video if need be, depending on your topic. Now, the visibility of the series is important. Right now, I'm working within my domain, so it's saying that only people within pleasantonusd.net can be a part of this. I'm going to leave it open, though, with anyone with a link, so students don't have to be signed into their account. You can leave it the other way if you'd like. Depends on what you're trying to do. Right here, I could share this discussion series with all of my students by, if I have their email addresses paste into a spreadsheet, I could paste them all in here, and it will send invitations to all new users. But when I get into my new thread, into this new discussion, I'll show you how to share the link to let students get into it. Right now, I'm just going to leave it how it is. Right now, I think we're going to have suggestions. We're going to go ahead and do that. You could have questions, or you could be sharing ideas. I see a lot of different uses for this. I was thinking it'd be really great to have, if you were having a debate, students could be sharing ideas, or they could be discussing questions that you have as you're going through a topic in the classroom. We're going to keep this one to suggestions for now. And again, this gets into a little more detail. Is this an event or a meeting or a topic? This is great for like a parent meeting, to be able to monitor and have questions come in while you're doing your presentation or having a meeting. So here, I do love that Google Moderator has a lot of control. You can check these two options. If you want to check every post before it is posted, if you feel like you're going to be having some issues with some good digital citizenship and people are not posting appropriately, you can check that to hold it. I'm going to choose to have that discussion in class and tell the students that I'm going to trust them first. You can also hold any thread, any question that's posted that may have some inappropriate language in it. You have to post those words here, which I'm going to go ahead and skip that part for now. Down below, you can go and read through here. You'll notice I left this one checked. I want people to be able to submit responses to other people's questions. And again, this just gives you a little bit more control in the things that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and create my series now and save it. So what's happened now is I can go ahead and submit a suggestion since I did choose suggestions for the kind of discussion we're going to be having. What new book should I read next? All right, so maybe that's what I want. Lots of opinions and lots of people sharing their ideas. It's a good way to have a discussion. You can post responses to these, and so I'm going to go ahead and post a new response. I'm going to post, this is what your students would say at this point. And if you want them to add more detail, you can have them describe why they would choose this one. For now, I'm just going to leave it like that. You can edit that response, or you can go ahead and delete it. Now, to get your students in on this discussion, you can have them, copy this URL at the top. We talked about how to share a URL. Copy that and paste it into a link somewhere so that they can jump right into this discussion. So if I copy that and I start a new tab and I paste that link in, you'll see that it takes me right to this discussion, and students can go right in and join in. Let's say I wanted to add a new discussion in here or a new topic. Maybe I want to change this and I want to go ahead and put in Divergent was a great book. So I'm going to talk about a specific book. And I'm doing really quick thinking on here as I'm recording this. I can add more detail here, what I want people to say who it's presented by, and again, clear any of these, check any of those that I want to do. So I'm going to save this new topic, and I can be the first to add this in. Divergent was a great book. Now I can switch back and forth to suggestions or into this idea about Divergent. And I can submit my first idea, and I can say, I loved the characters. All right, and I can submit that post. Now, once I put in that submit that suggestion, I love the characters, students can then vote on this. They can say, click the check for yes, they agree, or the X for they disagree. And so you can see how discussions can get lots of different votes on them and lots of different feedback from it. I could post a response to this and kind of go through it that way. There's a lot of different options on here, a lot of ways to sort this and be able to use it in the classroom. Remember, you just have to share the link up top and watch, be able to copy that and paste it into either a website or shorten it and a URL shortener so that students can access it easily. I hope that you try out Google Moderator in your own classroom for lots of really interesting and collaborative ways.